This hearing stood out compared to others, and that's because of the families. There were many people inside the room who say their loved ones were harmed by social media. Their presence at the hearing was a huge force to be reckoned with. In fact, it transformed it in many ways. From the outset, they made their feelings known, hissing when the CEOs entered. They provided reaction throughout key moments, including applause and laughter when lawmakers threw tough questions. At times it felt as if they fueled those attacks, as we saw in the most dramatic moment when Mark Zuckerberg got up and turned around to apologize to the families for their suffering. One of the big questions hanging over this hearing was, will anything actually be done? Congress has only passed one children's safety law in the last decade. But the presence of families, the faces of tragedy, gave this extraordinary get-together a greater sense of urgency. Big tech hearings come and go, and then nobody follows up. But this one had a bit more edge to it than others we've seen. Congress has not taken major steps on online child safety in about 25 years, and many lawmakers at this hearing noted the body is long overdue for action, while also noting there is a clear bipartisan desire to act. There is a range of bipartisan legislation that the Senate can now choose to act on, including the Kids Online Safety Act and the Stop Child Sexual Abuse Material Act. The hope was that this hearing could add momentum to these individual pieces of legislation. On my way out of the hearing room, one advocate inside the room said aloud she felt there had been progress made. Some of these bills, however, have come up for consideration before and have not advanced through Congress. This is also an election year, a period when legislative activity crawls to a standstill amid political posturing. What is KOSA and why is it controversial? The Kids Online Safety Act, KOSA, was a key talking point in today's Senate hearing. The bill, which is currently going through Congress in the U.S., is designed to protect young people from harm online. If it becomes law, companies who own online platforms, like social media, would have to bring in measures to tackle online bullying and sexual exploitation against minors. Platforms would also have to introduce safeguards which restrict companies from collecting personal data, as well as allowing parents or guardians access to children's privacy and account settings. But critics say the bill could censor the internet. Some say it may restrict access to LGBTQ+ content or suicide prevention resources. Plus, they say that it would require big tech companies to monitor users' activities more closely to make sure they aren't looking at anything that breaks the rules. This brings up the issue of privacy.